De la right, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife is alleged to have slammed Oletitok again. That look, you will never ever be happy as long as you continue to compare yourself with Olori Naomi. They said this event happened when Oni resurfaced, from the mini vacation that he had with Olori Naomi. We got a report that the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi had gone to Lekki Resort to have to spend some time together. Apparently, it was because Ooni of Ife needed to talk to Queen Naomi about the happenings in the palace again. One thing Oni does with Queen Naomi is trying to communicate as much as possible, because the other time they say one of the major problems they had was gross lack of communication. Okay, as we are hearing what is going on, they said when Ooni of Ife got back into the palace, this time he didn't come with Olori Naomi, that he came all by himself. But Olori Naomi apparently needed to stop in Akure to pick something before coming, because Olori Naomi was actually coming to the palace to talk to Dr. Elizabeth, who had been in a very bad mood since Yanifa made that discovery. So they said when Ooni of Ife came, Oletitok went to Ooni of Ife, knelt down, greeted him, and started crying. And Oletitok was crying so much. And Ooni of Ife did not understand why Oletitok was crying so much. But the one thing that they said the Ooni of Ife said to Oletitok was that she would never ever be happy with him as long as she continues to compare herself to Olori Naomi. Now, um, they say Ooni of Ife went ahead to ask Oletitok that, talking about marginalization amongst the wife who has been mostly marginalized, if it's not Naomi who has been, in the last 1 year, we have been seeing Ooni of Ife go about with these women. They travel everywhere. Olori may not have really traveled with Ooni of Ife, but at least we saw that she went to Zaria to meet one of those kings with Ooni of Ife. I don't know if you saw that. Now, we have seen them go. Dr. Elizabeth travels with the Ooni of Ife, but it's off camera. The reason happens to be that she's never happy when she's flying. She has phobia for flights, okay, for height, sorry. And so it's usually off camera. Then Ikpi travels, though not international trip. She has gone to Brazil with Ooni of Ife once, even though Ooni went on his own, they went on their own. Ebony has traveled to the UK so many times with Ooni of Ife. We have seen these things play out. How about what? Gospel travel a lot. Like sometime was it last year, late last year, Gospel was making international trips with Ooni of Ife. At that time, it was even looking as if she was the only one who could make international trips with the Ooni of Ife. And we see them in events and all of that. And so when you talk about marginalization, who is that woman that has been so marginalized? It is Olori Naomi. And that is why when I hear that these women are talking about marginalization, Ooni is marginalizing them. Who is that woman that is not even able to be in public with the Ooni of Ife right now? It's Olori Naomi. Why is Olori Naomi not allowed to be in public with the Ooni of Ife? Because the Ooni is trying to protect her. Because people are trying to protect her. They are under the belief system that if she begins to go out, they say they have seen it, diviners have seen it, that if she begins to go out with these people, they will attempt to buy her or something, that they want the coast to be clear before she begins to go out. Now, if these things are happening, how would you call that marginalization? Now, the Ooni of Ife Silver Jubilee is coming up in October. And now, who knows if the coast will be clear before that time? So this kind of big celebration, if Naomi is not seen with her husband in public, how would that be okay? And you cry about marginalization. Who is that person that is so marginalized among these women? Is Ooni of Ife, is Olori Naomi. They said Ooni of Ife made it very clear to Oletitok that look, if you are not, if you want to look at it critically, who is so marginalized? It's been Olori Naomi. I have marginalized Naomi so much that my conscience does not take it again. Why is it that when I do something for Naomi, it's a problem? I got to stay with Naomi, it's a problem. I got to stay with my son, it's a problem. That if you do not come out of that, you will never be happy at all. Now, as we are hearing, why was Oleti crying so much? You know that on the night that she got into the palace, that evening where they had that celebration, it was that same evening that the Ooni of Ife left after the celebration. The thing is that sometimes with these women, I do not even know what they want, because at the end of the day, the man has given you, his very best. He's there. He has already welcomed you and the kids into the palace, and you have been so well celebrated. Did you see the decoration? Her pictures were flying all over the place. It was so well decorated. It might not be like, that boom boom decoration like when Dr. Elizabeth came in the palace. The decorations are, of various standards. The thing is that most of these women, so the thing is that most of these women, some of them are very wealthy, and some of those tiny, tiny things like decorations and all of that, they are the ones who pay for it. They do it themselves. But if you're that one that do not have that kind of money and you're waiting for the decoration money to come from Kabiesi's pocket, you might just get exactly what Kabiesi wants to give to you. Call one or two people to come and decorate it for you. Anytime you see an event that is happening in the palace where you see decoration and all of that, it depends on the money that the wife has. She will call her own people to come and decorate for her. And so right now they said that Ooni of Ife told her live that, look, if you want to stay in this palace and be happy, you have to stop comparing yourself to Olori Naomi. Because as long as you continue to compare yourself to Olori Naomi, you will never, ever, ever, ever be happy in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. She cried, as we are hearing, that nothing in this world will hurt her more than what the Ooni of Ife did. That at a time she has not seen Ooni of Ife for almost 9 months. Kabiyesi now left on that very night where they were supposed to be together. Kabiyesi first of all say she should move into Olori mansion, and secondly, and Kabiyesi said she couldn't spend the night with her in his chambers. That really hurt her so much. Is that supposed to be her gift for giving birth to those twins for Kabiyesi, that she was crying, making a fuss out of this so much? And they said Kabiyesi had retorted that if others are in the Olori quarters, why shouldn't you be in the Olori quarters? The kids are my kids, and I do everything for them. And you know how much I love kids. I do not play with kids, and I have done what I'm supposed to do as a father. I have welcomed them back. I have done everything. What else do you want from me? The thing is that Kabiyesi is doing his best for the Oloris, but as long as Queen Naomi is still part of the picture, they will never ever be content with what Kabiyesi has done. The only time they will find peace is if Naomi is not there. And then again, you do know that that is not even possible, because Ooni of Ife will never let that happen. And so that was why they say the monarch told her that as long as you continue to compare yourself to Queen Naomi in this palace, you will never ever be happy. I'm going to bring you more updates. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Please, do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media. Thank you so much.